Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be learning how to crack open a PSA case with the Lorcana card inside, and we will most certainly not be cracking open this one. Instead, we're going to crack open these Dumbos that someone should not have put in the case in the first place, and we're also going to learn how to do it from a CGC holder, which should be the exact same process. And as always, like, comment, and subscribe below. I'll be choosing one of the lucky commenters to give away a free Scrooge McDuck promo card. I opened that box earlier, just a couple of episodes ago. And so if you would like this card, I'm going to be mailing it to one lucky winner anywhere in the world. So please go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll be sure to pick one of you in the next 7 days. And with that said, let's get into the video. All right, so this is going to be the tutorial on how to open these up. I am brand new to this, so I've actually never done it before, so you're learning from a beginner also. So if you're someone that will be opening up a case, obviously watch some YouTube videos just like I did, but this might be a fun one to watch because you're going to be seeing someone that has zero skill at doing this. I saw a couple videos where the guy just got in there and opened it right up. So this way, at least you're going to see someone that has no idea what they're doing. And I'm going to really hope I don't damage one of these cards. I tried to research it and learn as best as possible. But even if I did, I'm going to be using these in a deck. And as long as they're not going to be totally ruined, it would be no big deal if I did mess it up a little bit. Again, I'm just going to be playing. So a little bit of playing the game, Lorcana. And so with that said, here's some of our supplies. Number one, we have a little bag here. This is for us to put the card inside once we do crack the case. That way there's nothing that flies everywhere. I've heard there's a little bit of shrapnel that might fly. And of course, I am slightly concerned about my own vision, but more than anything, I have a young child, a 2-year-old girl, and she eats everything. She will eat literally anything she sees. She is actually actively trying to get herself hurt or in some way, shape, or form. So zero life preservation skills from that one. But that said, let's dive into this. Let's open it up. This is actually a 9.5 cautionary tale here. This card's probably worth more outside of this than it is inside, because people are trying to use this to play in some of the different decks. Although recently, I saw that some of the top performers at Type A did actually not use a Dumbo in their Amethyst Steel decks. I'm sure it's still a useful card in some of the other ones, but I'm kind of an Amethyst Steel guy. And so now I'm debating if I need to sell them or if I should use them. So let me know in the comments if you have a certain opinion. We're going to try the needle nose pliers first because I actually didn't see anyone use these. And I actually didn't have a bottle opener in my house, so shame on me. I guess I'm a part of the no fun club. So let's see if we can get this thing popped. I was told to go on the corners. So let's start with this corner here. All right, that's not working, so we're going to go with the other one. Okay, that did not work. All right, let's try this one instead. I did see someone using these online. So let's see if this works. Ooh, man, that thing is on there. Nope, not working. Maybe I need to get a little bit more on the edge. That sounded good. I heard something. All right, we got a little bit. Got a little crack there. I don't know if that's enough. And also my bag is failing me. So apparently this was a tutorial on how to rip a bag and not actually how to get into one of these PSA or CGC cases. All right, I think that's pretty good. All right, so we're into that one. Let's do another corner here. Now I'm gonna have to vacuum after the video. A little bit more production than I anticipated. Right now my little one's sleeping. All right, let's see here. All right, we got into that side, so we're good there. All right, some of them do only 2 corners, so we're gonna try it with 2 corners, and if we have to go back to cutting more, then we can always do that. Let's go ahead and see. Whoa, okay, yeah. Daddy's definitely vacuuming after this. All right, let's see. Some people use their hands too. I don't know if I'm gonna cut myself. Don't really wanna cut myself, so we're rocking the screwdriver. We're going to use that flat head because a Phillips head would not make sense here. Looks like we still have shrapnel coming up. All right, that's not too bad. This is going a lot better than I anticipated. All right, so let's go ahead and open this thing up. Let's do a little bit more of this. I know I just went on this whole diatribe about how the Dumbo card is not too the condition is not as important, but I don't want to damage a card. I feel like it's like a not being a good human right there if I damage a card. All right, so we got that. Now let's see if we can get in there. Again, you're seeing someone that has not done this. So if you are planning on cracking one, you never have, I think I'm a pretty good example of someone, because you're gonna have probably the same nerves. Looks like we're doing good still. Okay.
Oops.
You broke my smolder.
All right, the card moved a little bit, but I don't think we damaged it. And then someone was telling me that the way to do this part, hopefully I don't bump the camera here, was to grab a penny sleeve and to use that to get the card up, which I thought was a pretty good idea. Let's see if that works. If I can get under there. Then you can almost pull the card up like this. Excellent. All right, we got it out. Let's see if we have any damage. I don't see any. Looks clean. You know, this looks like a CGC 9.5. Sorry, the dad jokes are strong. Ever since we had a little one, that's just how it goes. All right, cool. So success on that one. I've never actually felt one of these labels before. Let's see what that feels like. Oh, does it come off? I'm sure it does. There we go. All right, cool. Yeah, pretty simple, pretty easy. Man, I feel bad. I feel like I wasted like 50 bucks or however much it costs to get one done at CGC. All right, let's do another one here. I'm curious too, when you do leave your comments, one thing you could comment is maybe your biggest regret of a card that you got slabbed. Or you could even, maybe your biggest success, like, hey, you sent one in and you got a great result. I'd love to hear any stories you might have there. I'm going to be doing a bulk submission one of these days. Part of me doesn't want to even give my money, though, to PSA because I feel like they're just all over the place. I don't know if you guys ever listened to, I know this is not really the same crowd, but there's a guy from a group called Sports Card Investor. They do like sports cards, so not so much trading card games. And there's a guy on there named Teapot. He's a fun guy. And he does this little experiment where he'll send stuff away to PSA. I might do one of these on this channel one of these days with Lorcana cards. And man, it's wild. It's not really consistent at all. And it makes you wonder how PSA became, you know, kind of the brand or the leader in this space. Because it seems like it's not maybe on the up and up might be the right way to say that. I wish it wasn't that way, but it does seem to be the case. Ha, pun. All right, so let's see if we can get into this thing. Let's see here now. Again, we don't want to. Looks like the PSA case is not going to be quite as cooperative. All right. We might have to go back and might have to do a little bit more here. Let's see if we can get a little bit more work done on this. Because I don't really want to jam that screwdriver in there and damage it. Not if I can avoid it. All right, that was a good one. Let's see here. Honestly, I'm feeling more and more bold the more I do it, and that makes me really nervous. Because I feel like that's when mistakes happen. So next thing you know, I'm going to do this with, you know, some valuable card and then never get it back. Let's see here. You know, oh, there we go. Okay, so this is going to be my little spot I can get in is right here, I think. Let's see if we can get that part open there. Maybe I just need to crack the whole top. All right, we're doing away with the bag. I feel like the bag was good. Okay. All right. A little bit more cracking than I would like.
Too quiet.
There we go. Okay. Now we're making some progress. All right, so that's enough daylight there, as you can see, for us to get in here and start working our magic with the screwdriver. All right, so we got the PSA label there. Basically a $30 bill nowadays. Not including shipping, not including handling, not including an upcharge if you have a valuable card. Sorry, I haven't even given them a dime of my money and I'm already a little bit annoyed. I think I'm just annoyed that, you know, something like Tag or something like CGC is not seen as valuable, or something like Beckett. I'm just not sure that PSA's premium is that much better. Okay, so I did a crack that almost got to the card. We're okay. But if you are cracking something valuable, you know, beware. It could be, that could be a dangerous part right there. It might almost be better to start cracking the bottom side as well. That makes me nervous, though. It's a lot closer to the card. So let's see here. So maybe instead of cracking, whoop, that was close. We got right up to where that card was and we were over top of it. All right. Maybe that's why some of those videos were telling me not to use a screwdriver, because that was obscenely close. I don't know if you saw that on camera or not, but it made me nervous. Okay, and that's how you don't do it.
This guy sucks.
All right. That was right over top of the card. Pretty sure I damaged the card. I don't see any damage, but we'll see in a second here. Goodness. Well, people, that's how you don't do it right there. That's why we're learning on Mr. Dumbo here. All right, so I got to figure out how to get this thing off of there. Let's see if we can figure that out. Maybe I can just pull this part off now. Man, I might have to go and break this part down here just to open it up. All right, I guess we're gonna see what it looks like. Nothing else to lose here at this moment. Let's just try and get this part right here. Yeah, I don't think I can crack a valuable card. I think it'd make me way too nervous. I know everyone says you gotta crack and resubmit and all that, but that just might not be my game. I think I might need to just be someone that buys or get someone to help me do that, because I don't think I have the stomach for this, to be honest with you. And maybe some of you do, I don't know. We're gonna have to get really close to this card. All right, let's see here. Can I get in there? No. All right. Man, it's wild. It doesn't look like it damaged the card at all. That's insane to me. I thought for sure I like ruined the card. Still not there. Try and keep breaking up here then, I guess. No. Boy, I didn't know I was going to be making some long form content tonight. That's wild. This is taking forever. Let's see here. I hope you guys are enjoying watching me fumble around this card. I would imagine not. But hey, I guess people watch National Geographic. So that might be kind of like what this is. And I'm the monkey with a stick trying to get a termite out. That's kind of the situation we got going on. Let's see here. Yeah, that was not good. All right, I feel like it's time to be able to get this thing out of here. All right. If this card's not damaged, you cannot damage a card doing this. All right, I'm not even going to use the sleeve because of everything else. I feel like there's no point. All right, well, maybe there's a point. Honestly, it's kind of like rested inside of that little case there. So yeah, we're gonna use our sleeve. It feels a little ridiculous after having a screwdriver right up next to it that whole time. But yeah, it's kind of like encased in there. PSA definitely does a good job. Yeah, there you go, Tom. Go right for the edge. Make a nice dent on there. All right, so let's see what we got here. All right, not bad. Not bad, it looks good. It doesn't look any worse for wear. It already did have that little nick up there and a little nick down there on the edges. I don't know if you can actually see it. You might be able to see it now. And then down there in the bottom right, there's a little tiny one on the edge there. It's kind of hard to see them. But yeah, it looks about the exact same as it was before. That's crazy I didn't damage this card, because that was a show. That was an all-out show. All right, so we got both the Dumbos. Those are all set. I am keeping those for myself because I do want to play with them. However, we are giving away the Scrooge McDuck card, this promotional card. And if you get the chance, this is the box that it comes out of right here. They were at Target. They were $29.99 right now. I don't know if they'll still have them there or not, but I know my local Target did. You should give it a shot. You get different packs out of there. You got an Azurite Sea, Rain of Jafar, Whispers in the Well, and then I think you get to Arcasia Island, if I'm saying that correctly. So yeah, give it a shot. It's a fun product to rip. And of course, you got this Scrooge McDuck. If you do want to see what it's like to unbox it, you can watch that video so you can see me unboxing the Scrooge McDuck. All right, well, with that, that's going to be the video today. I'm going to get on cleanup time, so I hope you all enjoyed it. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. And I hope you have a wonderful night.